Life magazine's October 1989 cover story was entitled 101 Things Worth Saving. The author, Edward Hoagland, assembled an interesting and highly subjective look at things Americans should hold on to. We, the residents of Bridgeton, Missouri, would like to add one thing to that list: our city. The city of Bridgeton is threatened by what Lambert International Airport officials call progress. In the name of progress, the airport, owned and operated solely by the city of St. Louis, but located entirely outside the city, surrounded by other communities, intends to destroy a significant portion of our city to expand its already obsolete facility. In doing so, the St. Louis politicians are misleading the public into thinking that this proposed airport will meet metropolitan needs well into the 21st century. At present, the city of St. Louis is in poor financial shape. For this and other reasons, the airport has become an important fiscal and political football. The city of St. Louis feels it needs to expand the airport at all costs, even if the plan is bad, even if other alternatives are better. To compound the situation even more, this decision has been made with no participation by representatives outside the city of St. Louis. This current plan is to expand an airport that was built in the 1950s, remodeled in the 1970s, and is now landlocked on all sides. The plan, if implemented, will be rendered inadequate even before it is completed, before all the homes are destroyed, before the highways are relocated, before the runways are laid. And what then? Does Lambert expect to destroy yet another community? While county residents have tried to reason with airport officials, these same leaders seem determined to enforce their plan, with the possibility of terribly abusing the right of eminent domain once again to do so. They clearly have not considered that after relocating over 1,000 families, those who remain must put up with plummeting property values, a decreased tax base, and live in the shadow of countless safety hazards, fuel dumpings, noise, and air pollution. One of the main questions we ask you now to consider is what makes Bridgeton worth saving? We invite you to come along with us on a poignant look at our community, to see a city that symbolizes and embodies the American dream, a city steeped in history, with hopes and plans for the future. Bridgeton is an historic community. It is the oldest continuing city west of the Mississippi River, having been founded in 1794 and containing land grants dating back to Pierre Laclede and Auguste Chouteau, early St. Louis pioneers. Many historical sites have been identified in Bridgeton, including the Payne Gentry House and a cemetery from the 1700s located beside St. Mary's Catholic Church. Bridgeton is the home of the oldest Baptist and Presbyterian churches west of the Mississippi. While we take pride in our religious heritage, we are also expanding our present spiritual communities, as demonstrated by the recently completed $1 million addition to the John Calvin Presbyterian Church. Schools and churches such as St. Mary's and St. Lawrence's are directly under the flight lines at present. Further development of the airport threatens these quality religious and educational facilities. Pattonville is the major public school district in Bridgeton and one of the finest in the state. It recently has had 2 schools recognized nationally for excellence. Carrollton Oaks is one of Pattonville's many fine elementary schools, and due to continued growth in attendance has just completed a new addition. Carrollton Oaks is located on the edge of the proposed new runways. According to present airport plans, it is not located in the buyout area. Consequently, the business of educating these students next to a runway will soon be virtually impossible. The Bridgeton Community Center serves as a truly fine country club for everyone in Bridgeton. Completed in 1980, this excellent facility houses a complete senior citizen program which serves 1,000 seniors in Bridgeton alone and is the site of the Midwest Area on Aging Dining Center. Some of the programs are in view here. The facility also houses 2 Olympic-sized pools, double gymnasium, racquetball courts, concession stands, and meeting rooms. Clearly, a complete community requires medical care, which is provided by the new DePaul Medical Center, Nursing Home, and Psychiatric Center. There are brand new retail businesses in Bridgeton, which is home to over 800 businesses and most major retail outlets. We also have long-established businesses such as Telsher Hardware. Bridgeton is the headquarters to Schnucks, one of the area's largest food chains. As you can see, the Carrollton Plaza Schnucks store is well decorated to express its community spirit. That spirit is everywhere. It is exhibited in the ribbons on the trees and the cars, but it is also exhibited in numerous letters in the local newspapers from people inside and outside of Bridgeton. These letters are supportive in many ways, but they particularly describe the quality of closeness and caring that pervades our entire area. The homes in Bridgeton are beautiful and well kept, which is indicative of the pride we have in our community. The average home ranges from $80,000 to $120,000 in value. These homes that you are now viewing are typical of the homes which make up our community. But the people who live in these homes are what's most important. The roots they have laid, friends established, neighbors cherished over the years can't possibly be replaced. This community has a closeness and a quality of life that would be impossible to duplicate. The street is Fran Claire. One side of the street is in the buyout area, the other side is not. How can one side of the street be noisy and the other side free enough of noise to live in? There are also recently completed subdivisions with exceptional housing. Some 600 homes have been built in the last 3 years. Cambridge Crossing is one of the most vulnerable to airport expansion fallout. Homes in this subdivision average approximately $130,000. This is our relatively new City Hall, where our mayor has recently been spending all of his waking hours. Included in this complex is our police headquarters with its highly trained 57 commissioned officers. Bridgeton is also the home of 4 fire districts, complete with state-of-the-art medical equipment and professionally trained paramedics. Our town has one of the finest park systems in the state. The number and quality of parks for this size community is outstanding. These parks come very close to the center of our pride. Places where there is peace in a noisy world, where neighbors come together for picnics and barbecues, and our children grow up from tricycles to ball players amid the still, unsullied voice of nature. That is what we are desperately trying to hold on to. This scene, which comes next, of recently bought out homes and the sight and sound of a monstrous-looking plane descending practically to touch the rooftops, is indicative of what we are trying to avoid. We hope that what you have seen has given you a small idea of what we're fighting for. What you didn't see are the wonderful people of Bridgeton. The engineers, the policemen, the housewives, the clerks, the laborers, the firemen, the policemen, doctors, lawyers, teachers, and especially the children. People from all walks of life who make up this great community. Their overwhelming response and their immediate mobilization into an organization known as the Bridgeton Air Defense has been incredible. In a matter of a few weeks, this group was complete with board members, committee heads, air wardens, citizen volunteers by the hundreds. We have our own office and secretary. We have a daily hotline, newsletters, t-shirts, fight song, yellow ribbons everywhere, and even Christmas cards to help fight this expansion plan. The group laid the foundation on which the City of Bridgeton has waged its fight against this preposterous airport expansion. As you can see, since that fateful announcement of the proposed plan on August 25, 1989, this has evolved into the Battle of Bridgeton. And we're proud to be a part of the defense of this historic community. It is an historic time when all the politicians in Bridgeton, too, regardless of party, are working together for a common cause. It should be pointed out that we are not against progress, nor do we believe that Lambert should be closed. But a city-owned, hand-picked airport commission should not be deciding issues that directly affect other cities and counties. We also believe airports should stop expanding into residential communities, period. We feel progress will best be served when representatives from our entire region sit down together to decide what's best for all. No city in the United States of America should have the right to destroy another city for its own financial gain, especially when the city to be destroyed is taken totally by surprise, especially when the proposed plan is grossly inoperable, especially when other, more plausible options have not been seriously considered. This plan is not only wrong for Bridgeton, it's wrong for our entire metropolitan area. We are fighting for more than our homes and our city. We are fighting for the American dream, the right to work hard, to buy one's own home, to be able to protect that home from unjust and unfair confiscation. We, the citizens of Bridgeton, ask you please to come to our city and help us tell our story, the story of a community fighting the battle of a lifetime against tremendous odds.